here from the beginning. The masjid started many years ago, and today we have a special topic. My role is very small and limited. I will only talk about the Islamic perspective of health and the ayat and hadith that refer to taking care of our body, our health, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah sallam encouraged us to be healthy personnel. And then inshallah I'll pass on the mic to Brother Farooq. Inshallah he will give his presentation with some tips and strategies, which is very important. I know we talk about many topics, but this is a very important topic for us Muslims, especially adults, because kids, as parents, we take care of our kids, we take care of our children and their health, but we sometimes neglect our own selves. And that is why it's important today to religiously what is our duty and our role towards taking care of our body. And that is why Rasulullah ﷺ said in a hadith, a long hadith where a short portion of it, he said that وَإِنَّ لِجَسَدِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقٌّ, and your body has a right over you, meaning you cannot neglect your body, you cannot ignore your body, you cannot ignore your health, you cannot be unmindful of your health conditions deteriorating and not taken care of. So in other words, according to Islam, it is important that we take care of our health. And today's lecture, nobody needs more than myself, as you can tell from my body. Let me tell you, it's a struggle, especially for us Imam, because you all mashallah love us so much, you invite us for food, you bring so much food. It's very hard for an Imam to say no to food and resist the food. And then look what happens after you eat food, you get fat. So I have been struggling for the last 10 years. Yes, seriously, I've been struggling last 10 years to reduce weight. I've tried everything that is there, Atkins diet, protein diet, intermittent fasting, thanks to my brother Nizam who helped. It didn't help me, brother. I tried my best. I tried herbal tea, I tried pills, I know everything that's there. Sometimes some people's body is not responsive to certain things. The metabolism, that is something for the medical doctor to tell you. The metabolism for some people and curbing the appetite. I've learned of something new, which my friend, he's a doctor, he told me, which is liposuction. Cutting your stomach to small so that you eat little and you feel full. So that's the last resort. But the hadith of Rasulullah that is there, which is very important, he said, عن أبي هريرة عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المؤمن القوي خير وأحب واستعين بالله ولا تعجز وإن أصابك شيء فلا تقل لو أن قل قدر الله وما شاء وفعل فإن لو تفتح عمل الشيطان أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Translation: Abu Hurairah narrated that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, the strong believer is more beloved to Allah than the weak believer, but there is goodness in both of them. What he means by strong believer here is strong in bodily strength, not a weak believer, which is very in line because they used to go and fight in battlefield and other things, so you would need strong individuals, strong people with strong able bodies to perform. If you had weak people, then they wouldn't be able to fight in Battle of Badr and Uhud and Ahzab and Khandaq and Tabuk and all those. So this hadith is in that context that taking care of your body, making yourself strong is from the sunnah of Muhammad ﷺ. And it is something that Allah also loves and is beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he goes on to say, but there is goodness in both of them. And then he says, be eager for what benefits you, seek help from Allah, and do not be frustrated. If something befalls you, then do not say, if only I had done something else. Rather say, Allah has decreed what He wills. Verily the phrase, if only, opens the way for the work of Satan. And the other incident, the three Sahaba came to Aisha Siddiqa anha, and they asked her, how is the character or life of or the ibadat or daily routine of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. And she informed them, and then they said that Rasul does so much. We are doing nothing. So one of them, he took an oath that from tonight I will not sleep. Every night I'll stay up in ibadah and worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The other person, he got more enthusiastic, more emotional. He said, from tomorrow I will fast every day of the year till I die, because I need to be like Rasulullah. The third one said, I will not marry any woman and I'll stay single and devote my life to the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then they left. They said this. Each one of them said this to Aisha Siddiqah anha, and then they left. When Rasulullah came home from masjid, from work outside, he came home. Aisha Siddiqah anha, she said that, Ya Rasulullah, 3 of your companions, 3 Sahaba came. After listening to this, Rasulullah became very upset, mad. Well, not mad, but angry, upset. He sent someone, go fetch me, find me those 3 people, those 3 Sahaba. The person came and he asked them, what did you say to my wife Aisha? So each one of them repeated, this is what we said, Ya Rasulullah. So Rasulullah told him that I stay up some nights of the week, and some nights I sleep, and some portions of the night I sleep. I fast some days and I eat some days. I break my fast some days, meaning regular days I eat, and some days I fast. And then he said, I do nikah, I marry woman, and that is the famous hadith you hear in the khutbatun nikah, an-nikahu min sunnati. It is taken from this incident where he said that an-nikahu min sunnati, nikah is from my sunnah, I marry, because the third person said, I will not marry anyone, and there is no celibacy in Islam. So Rasulullah was giving them a message that, look, Islam is not about extremism. Islam is not about being extremist, especially kids. Youngsters, kids, I teach them all the time. Don't be aggressive. Don't be violent in Islam. Don't be extremist. That I'll do this, I'll do that. Don't go to the extreme level. Islam is the name of balance, moderation. And that is what Rasulullah is teaching in this hadith, that we have to balance everything. And that is why we see that we have to balance our life. We can't just fast every day. We can't stay up all night, every single night. We can't be like the people of other faiths who don't marry and they remain single. Look what happens. In the Christian church, the priests, the pastors, they don't marry, and we all know what happened, because they don't. When you go against nature, you are defying the qudra that Allah has made. So my role only tonight is to emphasize first to myself more than anyone else that we need to take care of our body, we need to take care of our health. We need to be mindful if a doctor alerts us that your cholesterol is high, your blood pressure is high, you're on the borderline for diabetic. We should not shrug it off the shoulder and say, oh, let me have some more halwa, mustaz, baklava, makluba, bring me more of this kunafa. We need to be careful about it and take care of the health. If we are bodily weak, we need to strengthen ourselves, walk, jog. How many of you go to the gym? Raise your hand. I can't raise my hand. Just enter. 1, 2, 3. Out of a hall full of 100 men, only 3 or 4. So I'm a culprit too. I took gym membership, paying them for free. They make money out of me, and then this is wrong. We have to. I wish every masjid has a gym. MCNJ president, when we expand the masjid, we need a gym in the masjid where we, imam and all the men and boys, we do exercise, inshallah. Because it's good, you come pray in the masjid, gym in the masjid, exercise, and be healthy. So with that, I pass over the mic to our dear respected brother, Dr. Farooq Idwai, who will give us some medical presentation, inshallah. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, Imam Saab, for giving me an opportunity, and the administration of the MCNJ for giving me an opportunity to present what I know and what I learned and what I'm presenting to you. So today's talk is not about personal. This is what I have learned, and this is what I know, and I wanted to transfer this knowledge to many of you. Maybe you can get benefit. So let me tell you that I'm not being paid by MCNJ for this talk, and I'm not promoting any doctor, any gym, or any medications. Though I myself is a doctor, I graduated from Dow Medical College in 1989. It's almost more than 35 years. And I've been working in various fields like oncology, hematology, gastroenterology, rheumatology, and then my most interesting thing is cardiovascular. For the last 17 years, I'm working in cardiovascular and I'm dealing with heart. And then I can see I did practice for 5-6 years. Then I moved to pharmaceutical company and I tried to help people to make medications so that they can have a better quality of life. The aim of me is to give a better quality of a life to a patient who is suffering, to a person who can get improved, because that quality of life is important. The reason being is that don't think that only you are suffering. The family is suffering. So you need to understand that you are not alone. There are so many people around you in your family is also being affected. So you have to take care of yourself. So going through for 17 years, which is my focus in cardiovascular, like in heart attacks or in heart failure, in cholesterol and all those things, I have been reviewed or read more than 60,000 patients' histories. And in 60,000 patient history, I got a lot of information about what are the diseases, what are the suffering these patients are having in their life, and how many medications they are taking, how many times they have been hospitalized, and what impacts they are causing on to themselves and to their patient. Not everybody, just don't think about it. We are in the United States, alhamdulillah, where most of us, maybe, hopefully, are under the insurance coverage. But think about those people who are not under the insurance coverage, what they would be doing, how they are dealing. We know in our countries back and overseas, we know how they are suffering. So for that matter, today's talk is just to give you an awareness so that you know by the end of this program, when you are stepping out from this masjid, inshallah, that you know what you need to do to make a good quality of life. Having said that, next slide please. So where it's all start? It starts from your stomach. Everyone put your hand on your stomach. Everyone is working for this thingy. So wait. And then wait whenever you think that if your weight is increasing, that means you are going towards something which you now start getting take care of, which most of us neglected. We are neglecting it because we make excuses. As Imam Sahib has just said, we made excuses. Oh, I am busy. Oh, I have to do this. I have to take care of that. Let me finish this. Let me do that. And no, we are not working on ourselves. Next slide, please. So there are various reasons of overweight or gaining weight. So there could be, I'm not going into detail on the left side of the slides where we are talking about some genetic issue, as Imam Sahib has said, that he tried everything but he's not getting benefited. Or maybe the family heritage, family wanted to there are some families which are really wanted to have some good quality food every time, whatever so. And there are certain diseases, trust me, there are certain diseases and we don't take care of those diseases. We don't know those diseases are causing weight gain. For example, if you go to the doctor and most of you test your thyroid, you will find thyroid malfunction. and we are not taking medication. That's why we are getting weight, and that's lead to some other like kidney disease, other diseases which causing you to gain weight. Also, there are certain medications which we are taking and we don't know that they are gaining you weight. So don't. But the thing is this: you cannot avoid taking those medications. You cannot avoid taking those without doctor's instructions. So just forget these things. Focus what we can do here individually is: are we eating too much, or are we eating outside food more often than usual, or are we eating on time? Certain people eat, they don't have time. Whenever they are coming from the, whatever the time they have, doesn't matter. Is 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., or 9 a.m., or 7 a.m., they are eating. And this is a habit which I have seen in my family, in other families, that while you are eating, you are doing something. Okay, so the desk work, like in the offices, we are working on computer, we are eating a chunk, we take a bite, and then we start doing work. So that, everything make a difference in your eating. And lastly, which I will say, the most important thing is no physical activity. We say we pray 5 times a day, this is sufficient. Yes, this is sufficient. You do a little bit exercise, but how many? In 24 hours, if you are doing salah 5 times, maybe altogether, Imam Sahib, 30 minutes. But we are doing 23.5 hours. We are not doing anything. Yes, somebody might be doing a laborer job, but most of us, alhamdulillah, are not working that thing. So we are not doing the physical activity. As Imam Sahib just asked us to raise hand, how many are we going to the gym? 4 or 5. Handful of people out of 100. So you can see 95 or 96% people are not doing any physical activity. Next slide, please. So look at this slide. I'm not sure that if we are getting any of these here tonight, but maybe a couple of things maybe we will get. Most of us, when MCNJ posted a flyer saying dinner would be served, so I thought just put something here, maybe we will get one thing from this slide. But honestly speaking, if you look at these slides, are not we eating this? Are not we eating this so often? Every day the parents make it easy for themselves that, order it, Doordash, blah blah blah, get it from there, and children are not even asking and they are ordering themselves. They are going outside and eating this junk. So what is this? This is all fat. This is all fat, cholesterol. Where this cholesterol is going into? The human body produces its own fat. It produces its own sugar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has make it inside ourselves that we produce whatever we need. But if we consume more, where it will go? How it will be utilized? We eat a lot, but what happens in the morning? We go to the bathroom and we pass on unwanted food and it's out. But what about the food which we have utilized? Where it will go? It will be start depositing into your body. When it start depositing into your body and you are not doing any physical activity, what would happen? It will have its effect. It will show somewhere. And what it will show? Next slide, please. So look at this beautiful picture. So you are gaining weight. Honestly speaking, you are all sitting here. If you just put your 2 fingers and measure your belly right now, you can see that you are start gaining weight. Is that right? Is that true or not true? This is true. And these are some facts which we really need to understand. We should not say that no, this is not true. This is true. Even if you are lean and thin, it does not matter that it will not impact your life, because eating that food, not doing the physical activity, you have heard, you have seen, a young kid died due to heart attack. Somebody young, we did not even imagine, is underweight, have some kidney disease. Why? We are taking that food which we should not be taking on a regular basis. Next slide, please. So, when we are eating these much food, I just put, some comorbidities or some diseases which we are very, is very common, like high blood pressure, heart disease. In heart disease, you see the people having heart attacks, heart failures, right? So these are the things which the peripheral vascular diseases, the veins get engorged. You have heard, some of you, maybe family member are suffering through the deep vein thrombosis. The doctor says, take care of it. Stroke, diabetes, sleep apnea. How many of you have taken, snoring in the night? Yeah, please. Someone must be snoring in the night. So don't say out of 100 nobody is snoring, right? So if you are snoring, why you are snoring? You are overweight. You are overweight because that's why you are snoring. And when you are snoring, your tongue goes back, and then your brain and your lungs are not getting enough oxygen. What is happening? It is causing hypoxia, or it is getting less oxygen to your brain, and then what is happening? You are getting heart attacks or strokes. So just think about it. And also, I'm sorry, you are sitting for some other reasons on the chairs, but most of us now, you go to the Jummah, and you can see healthy people are sitting on the chairs because they cannot sit longer on the floor because of their knee problems or back problems, because they are getting arthritis. Why? Because we are consuming too much food. And if we eat late in the night, or we are going to the marriages or wedding ceremonies, we are coming back, everybody is saying, oh, I have acidity, I have reflux, the acid is coming into my nose. Why? We need to think about it. These are the things every common person is going through, trust me. But they do not believe it. They are saying, no, this is not because of this. Oh, they put too much spice there, that's why I'm having gastritis, or that's why I'm having this disease. No. Okay? And I just also, most important thing is stress, anxiety. Why? Depression. Why? Bullying. People bully. In the school, the kids are being bullied. Hey, he's fat, right? And also, some of us goes to the family gatherings, and where some chubby guy comes in, we say, oh, he will eat everything. He will eat, leave it for him, he will finish this. So that make him isolated. Slowly they get isolated. They are not in the community. They don't want to go anywhere. That's why they got into stress. They got anxiety. Or there are some people who have anxiety, because of anxiety they start eating too much. Because, they wanted to fill it. They want to distract themselves from the anxiety. Next slide, please. So this is the chart which I wanted to share with you. This will remain here if you are having good food. It is showing you as your age progress. You can see male and female, your daily requirement for most of us which are sitting here, most of us are sitting here between the ages of 31 to 50. Most of us who are sitting, I can see here. And if you see male, they need to take 2,200 to 24,000 calories per day. 2,200 to 2,400 calories per day. And a female is 1,800. Can you imagine? If we eat one pizza, we are done for the whole day. Can we do that? No. How we can do that then? Right? Similarly, because you are not doing any activity, even though if you are going to the gym, still you can see, a man can take up to 3,000 calories. Only a raise of 600 calories. Only 600 calories. And a female if we are 18 from 1800 calories to 2200 calories. If you are very active. So this is not me who I'm saying. This is all from the database from the National Health Institute of United States. This is their chart. They are telling you where you stand. So brothers and sisters, next slide please. So this is the BMI, the body mass index. This is something, that give you an idea how much fat do you have in your body. So for example, if a normal person like me, if I am 170 pounds and I am overweight, so that means if somebody take out, as Dr. Saab said, Imam Saab said, that he did some liposurgery and all those things, if you take out that fat, so that means you should reduce, according to this, how much you should reduce? Something around 20-25 pounds. Can you do that? How you can do that? Tell me, how you can do that? You can only do that with following certain things. If you remember, the battle of Ditch, where Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was among other Sahaba Ikram, and they were complaining about the hunger. And some Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhu came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and say, hey, listen, we are very hungry. And they have put a stone on their stomach. Why they put the stone on their stomach? Medical science prove it now. As Dr. Saab just says, the people are doing liposurgery, gastric surgeries, they are chopping their stomachs. Because the stomach size is now less, you are eating less. But Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, look at him. He put he pulled his shirt and said there were two. This is what I read in the books. So this is why, that example can give you, if you really want to do less eating, you need to control your stomach. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has showed us putting two stones, tied us around his stomach so that he will not feel hunger. So what I would say that, next slide please. So we will do this exercise. I randomly asked people that please put down your weight and your height so we can see ourselves as an example that how many of us, and then you can compare yourself with these examples. Are you overweight? Do you need to eat less? Because what would happen? You have seen here in this very mosque, I gave you an example, people are sitting on the chairs. People cannot perform the proper sijda. People cannot sit properly on their feet. They wanted Imam Sahib to finish the salah as quickly as possibly, and as soon as Imam says Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, they start jumping around and stands up because they cannot stand up. These are the things, and this is true. If you go and see, people does that. So, and certain things are permissible, but what we really need to do is that we need to do something for, and this will help others. So next slide please. So in the end I would say, these are the 6 points one need to be followed up. For the good health, good quality, to avoid any physical disabilities, to avoid any mental health issues. What? Make sure you are ready for it. Make sure that you want to do it. You need a commitment from yourselves. Nobody will come to help you. You need to do it yourself. Find your inner motivation. You really want to do it? Is this something which you wanted to do it? If you are going to, eating tonight, should we fill our plates tonight? Should we just race from each other that I get more than the other one? So we need to be motivated. Set realistic goal. You should say, hey, listen, I will be walking at least 10,000 steps a day. Everybody has a cell phone. You can put on the walker and the counts, and you can get the counts. Minimum 10,000 steps a day. I'm not asking you going to the gym. I'm not asking you to do the exercise. I'm just asking you to walk. If you are walking, I mean, don't think that women will be thinking, oh, we are working too hard in the kitchen, we are running here and there and cleaning. No, that's not that exertion. That's not physical activity, because your brain is not working with you. It is really important to work together, because if you are doing something, as I said, you are mostly, you see the children, they are eating and they are watching videos. So what is happening? There is no coordination between your stomach and your brain. As you see that the brain get the signals from the body. If you have a pain in your thumb, the signal from the thumb will go to your brain and will tell you that you have pain in your thumb. Then you will taking care of it. If you are eating and then you are watching video, which you are watching in so much of deeply, that if your mom or dad or somebody call you, never bother. So that means you are not coordinating with your brain, and whatever you are eating is just going into waste. It's not being absorbed, it's not being utilized where it should be. So that is why, similarly, if you are thinking that I need to do certain things, set your goals. That, okay, I will be doing this today, I will be doing this tomorrow. I'm not asking you to stop eating. Trust me, Imam Sahib. I'm not asking you to stop eating. But do realistically. You need to think. Yes, in the beginning, like Ramadan are coming, in the morning we don't eat anything and we don't feel hunger. Allah, we say this is because of Allah. Allah gave us strength to take it. Allah is not coming into our stomach and close it. No, Allah gave us the power that we can control our hunger. So why we cannot do it in our daily life? Similarly, enjoy healthy food. I'm not saying don't eat burger, but I'm saying don't eat every day. I'm not saying don't eat pizza or nihari or pie or all those kind of bihari kebabs or beef kebabs and all those things. I'm not saying this. Eat it, enjoy it, because Allah gave us to enjoy. But we have some certain limitations.
You already got it.
Get active, stay active, and burn your calories. As I said to you, do some exercise. Namaz is the best way. 5 times namaz, at least you are doing some exercise. You are doing exercise. But try to prolong your namaz so that you are giving more time for exercise. For example, if you are on your, in the ruku, and when you are in the ruku, you are putting too much pressure on your hands, because head is the most heaviest part of the body, and you are holding it in your hands. So that's a force you are using it. That's the best exercise. Prolong your salah. Similarly, if you are going into sajda, then you are putting your hands are right there, and you can feel pain. If you stay longer there, you will feel pain. You are burning something. You are giving power to your muscles, and where the muscles are getting power, they are getting power from energy which you have stored in your body. And when you are standing up, you are using force. Don't try to not to put your hands on the ground to standing it up. Try to stand on your knees, so you are giving powers to your knees. So this prayer is only thing which giving, if you are getting some, exercise, prolong it. Don't finish it in 2 minutes or 30 minutes, which I said in the beginning. Try to make it an hour and 30 minutes at least. Try to make it longer. And change your perspective. Don't even think. Don't give up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has given a best example. He never gave up. He never gave up. That's why this Islam is now in this world. You can see how it's flourished it is. He never gave up. Whatever turmoil came to him, whatever struggle he has to do, he overcome all those things, because his perspective was that, we will do it, inshallah. And the last slide, please. So this is the BMI chart which I was talking, body mass index. It will tell you how much fat do you have. And by the way, whatever you eat in the body is absorbed. It is absorbed and stored in the body in the form of fat. How many of you have seen camel? Everybody, right? And camel has a hump. And that hump, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him to that camel, because the camel travel in the desert where there's no water, and miles there is nothing to eat for the camel. So camel use that hump, which is full of cholesterol. and that cholesterol broke during his journey, and then when he reached to the second place, he started eating it. Once the hump cholesterol or the fat or the food is being drained out, the camel died. Allah did not give us any hump. So Allah gave us this brain. That is our hump. We can store everything here. What we are storing it here? We are storing it here that how much we should eat, how much we should not eat, what we should eat, what is good for me. So this is what, this is my talk about today. And do we have those cards? Yeah, give it to me, my son. Thank you very much for helping me. His name is Faiz. Please give him a clap for his work. So suppose it says, Dr. Imam Sahib, can you read this please for me? So 5'6" is right here and 270 pounds. So if you look at the pound and you go, unfortunately we do not have 275 pounds here. So somebody put it wrong. Next. Okay. So 5'11". So if you see 5'11", it's right here, and 274. We don't have it. So so you can see what is the height? 5'11". So 5'11" is this, and then if you see 274, you are already in the red. So it is 215. So that means if you are going further down, you are already in red. No. Underweight is yellow. Obese. Obese means that you are overweight. You are obese. Oh, Najib.
Okay, give me the name. I'm not giving the food today.
So yes, 5 foot 2 inches is the height and 190 pounds. So 5'2" is right here and 190 pounds. So 195, 200. So you can see 195. Okay, 195. The 200 is right here. 38. You are obese. You are not overweight, you are obese. Next step. And trust me that if a man with a waist more than 40 is already obese. 40. And if a female, your waist is more than 35, you are obese. Not an overweight, obese. That means you need to take care of yourself. So you can do, we have machines in the back, both upstairs and downstairs. Just weight yourself and see where you are falling here. Please take a message. Again, take care of yourself. If you follow this chart, trust me, you will not have hyper blood pressure, you will not have diabetes, you will not have any heart disease, you will not having any arthritis issues. Yes, if something has to happen, that will happen. Don't say, Dr. Farooq said that we will not have it. No. Again, and don't challenge any doctor. If your doctor is telling you, you are okay, you are fine, listen to him. Don't argue that a doctor was there and he was telling something differently. Everyone has his own opinion. I'm just giving you facts and figures. Every individual has different physique, different metabolism, different structure, So think about it, but this is a general talk. And if you are interested to learn more, I'm really good. I can teach you about prostate, which is a common problem with the men above 40 years of age. There are so many issues with the prostate. People who have issues with the gout, patients have issues with the arthritis, how to manage hypertension, how to take care of your heart. All those things, sleep apnea. If you have anything to learn about this more in detail, I'm more than willing to be here again and give you some tips about that. Thank you very much, Jazakallah, for listening. And if I say anything bad about anything, please forgive me. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this, koshish for doing this.
I have to serve the food or not?
Give them cash.
If anybody have any questions, please ask your question, inshallah, and Dr. Sahib will respond accordingly. Any questions?